Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm the XII PT, and for today what we have in here is Final Fantasy XII the Zodiac Age. So this game was developed by Square Enix and it's using a very old engine called Fire. Not Fire from Fire, but okay. So Final Fantasy XII, it is a remaster that was developed for now the PS4 and Xbox One, and Square Enix decided also to port the game to the PC. So let's start with the graphics settings. So I'm going to run this benchmark on median settings. It's pretty much the median presets, nothing changes, so this is absolutely the median preset, I mean. And the median preset comes with 4 times multi-sampling and aliasing, which for most of us might be very high stuff. But as you can see, I'm getting now 29 frames per second in the middle of the city, which is supposed to be the most demanding area on the game, or one of the most demanding areas. But if you remove multi-sampling and aliasing, what I get is, well, more 3 frames per second, so it's not really a big difference from using multi-sampling or not inside the cities, which is where the game is more demanding. Ambient occlusion, depth of field and the anti-aliasing, it is pretty much the most demanding options that you can change. Post-processing anti-aliasing, it's not very demanding, but here are the big results and investigation that I had performed in this video. So the eye settings was below 30 frames per second, the median, the lowest frame rate I saw was 28 frames per second, an average of 34. The low settings actually just gave us a little bit of extra frame rate, and the minimum settings pretty much the same. So inside the city it is pretty much impossible to run this game at 60 frames per second. As you can see, this game is absolutely demanding. There is nothing more to say about it because it's really bad in that regard. But if you go outside fighting the monsters, well, the case is a little bit different. As you can see, even the eye settings can be sustained at above 30 frames per second. Our median settings averages around 55, the low settings average around 57, and the minimum settings do provide us a 60 frames per second inside this game. But again, this is outside the city where you can fight mobs or monsters, but every time you are inside the city the game really gets demanding. So for a game with such old graphics, can we call this a good optimized game? Well, I guess we can't call this a good optimized game because there is no reasons for considering this game a good optimized game. We have so much power under our hood. I mean, this is pretty much more or less the same graphic card as a PS4 or an Xbox One, and both those consoles also run more or less the game with the median setting more or less on the consoles, and both consoles are still locked to 30 frames per second. So what can I say about this? It's not a good port for any of the platforms available at the moment, so I think that Square Enix just made some subtle changes on the graphics. I mean, the textures have now much better clarity, and all the visuals around the game are now very soft. It's not pixelated anymore, just like it was on the PS2. Obviously, we have now much more anti-aliasing and much higher resolutions, and also the way that the post-processing and pipeline is working on this game, it makes the game soft, but yet we can still see a lot of low resolution textures and polygons. So it is still a very old game. It feels like a very old game that has received some modding from community patches or stuff like that. But around that, I think all this demanding that this game it doesn't justify the performance, and this not only affects the PC but also the both consoles. Okay, so that's pretty much that I want to talk about Final Fantasy XII the Zodiac Age. Hope you did enjoy the video. I will be showing off a little bit more gameplay and cutscenes like you are seeing right now, and I will show you a little bit of the fighting system a little bit more forward. But for now I will shut up and I will let you enjoy the gameplay. Okay, so thank you much for watching, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Creature spotted in the ester sand. What is that thing?
Ah, Vaughn. Miguelo sent you too, did he? He's a busy man these days, that Miguelo, if I dare say so myself. I don't envy him the work, though. Not a bit. Quite the affair throwing a banquet to welcome the Imperials, eh?
Welcoming? We should be... whatever. Say Tomaj, what's this?
Nah, don't remind me. Got some nastiness out there in the ester sand. What's stopping our couriers? And that means shortages all around. Thought I'd put up a bill, offer a reward to anyone who can knock that nasty back in its place.
Now that's work. Sounds 10 times better than running errands for Magello.
That's right. Vaughn, you should give it a shot.
And you should be getting back to Magello. Now, Kites. He was waiting for you.
Oh, right.
You there, let's see some papers, boy. No public passage on account of the Lord Consul's parade.
Oh, gee, that's too bad. You see, it just so happens that your provisioner for the fete tonight, he sent me to pick up a few choice morsels for the, Consul's dining pleasure. He wants them quick. I got the writ of transit right here. You see? Signed, Magello. I just hate to see the Consul upset because his food wasn't ready on time. And I sure hate to see him take it out on you.
The Lord Consul is a great man, and not one to take offence in such trifling matters. Move along, boy. Wouldn't do to keep the Consul waiting. Right, gates are closed after this.
Yeah. Galbana lilies? Never thought I'd see him growing out here. Ugh. This'll make a nice souvenir. Time to call it a day.